So you know, if I'm going to do a video on non-doership, I got to do one on doership. Because this is non-duality. It's not exclusive of anything. It's always inclusive. So we can't say that there is just non-doership, no doership at all. That can't be. It's not one or the other. See, that's the absolute view, is that there's no doership. But that's not the relative view, and don't confuse the absolute view with the non-dual view. It's as ridiculous as confusing the relative view as the non-dual view. It's just not. The non-dual view is both things always. It just is. The mind is that either-or machine. Is it like this, or is it like this? Is it like this, or is it like this? Would you just spit it out? Would you tell me which is what? Would you tell me the truth? So that's the way the mind works, but that's not the way the world works, folks. So what I want to tell you is that now let's talk about the relative level. See, we talked in my last video on non-doership. I talked about that first awakening where we come to see what we're not, and then that second awakening where we come to see where we are. Some people have that all at once, but it's rare. Most times, I think it's pretty rare. Most of the time we wake up to what we're not first, and we can begin to suspect the other, but we may even know the other, but we in our hearts, but we don't yet know it in our experience. So on the relative level, there is doership. Yes, there's absolutely doership. On the relatively level, everything this thing does counts. It can do stuff. Look, I can lift up right now. That felt like free will and anything. I've lifted up that coaster and showed it to you. That certainly feels like I did that, whether I did or not. The thing is that I can't trick non-doership by saying, oh, I see there's nothing to do, so I'm not going to do anything, because that's making a decision to do nothing. Still doing. So on the relative level, there is doership. And as a doer, we want to be the kindest, most compassionate, wisest people that we can possibly be. We want to make sure we never hurt anybody else. We want to try to do as well as we can for this unit without infringing upon the rights of any other unit. Do you see that? So we don't get off the hook with that non-doership is that, oh, I just did this thing, but there's no non-doer. That's hollow philosophy. Another word for hollow philosophy is bullshit. Call a spade, right? So it's we just want to understand that on the relative level, that if I got, as long as there's someone here, that it feels like there's someone here to make a decision, make the wisest, most compassionate decisions you can. And someone, as long as it feels like there's someone here that's got a family they should support, but don't really feel like it. I'm pretty sure my awakening has eclipsed all that. Go to work. I've lived in a park. See, if you're living in a house snug as a bug in a rug all your life, then you don't have any idea what it's like out there. But I do. I've lived in the park. I've lived on the streets. And it's not pleasant. And it's better to just take my word for that than it is to go out and investigate that on your own. So non-doership could be carried that far. I mean, I am sure that it is in some cases. And there's this idea that I'm this wise, enlightened guy all the way down the tubes, and there's no point in doing that. It just isn't. We don't gain anything by it. We lose a hell of a lot by it. We can hurt ourselves. We can hurt our families. We can hurt our community. We can hurt our company. You know, it doesn't do anybody any good. Just go down the tubes. No. You know, dog paddle, man. Swim. You know, swim. This is not a rehearsal. This is the real deal. And we want to be as skillful as we can in our apparent doership. It's not real doership on some level. But as far as it feels like to us, it's still doership. We want to be as skillful as we can. And we do that primarily by doing everything we can to be as awake as we can, because then when we're awake, we can notice our unskillful patterns. And when unskillful patterns are noticed, they will, if they're seen that they're not beneficial to the unit, they don't work anymore, they'll drop of their own accord. It may take some time. They may go down on a slow decline even. But they'll go away. I don't care what they are. It can't not. So, this is the other side of the coin. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye-bye.